Daryl Harrison didn't just change his name. He transformed himself into Daryl Atipo, the Crown Prince of Ghana, with investment pitches in fake royal diamond and chrome mines. But how did this so-called prince actually get people to invest? Peggy Braun had her own personal run-ins with the so-called prince, and they're far from fairy tale material.
I've been with the grocery store for 23 years now.
I heard that when you're at the grocery store, people specifically go to your line.
Yeah, because everyone loves me. I give them great customer service. He started coming in there in 2016. He acted like a charming guy. He got this big old smile. He'd go get me cherry Coke because he knew I liked cherry Coke. And then kept on talking to me. He said, I'm a prince from Ghana. I was shocked. I was like, you mean I'm really talking to a prince? He was so convincing. He told me his name was Daryl Atipo. I could look it up on the internet. So,
did you look it up? Did he show you any proof that he was
I
a
looked
prince?
it up on the internet. Everything to me looked legit. So I believed him.
It was a bold hook. This royal claim was outrageous, but Daryl knew just how to spin enough smoke and mirrors to make it believable.
If you go online and you start Googling things, well, he had a LinkedIn account. His LinkedIn page referenced him as Crown Prince. There's multiple Ghanaian websites that reference this Daryl Atipo. There are people by that name in Ghana. If you just kind of did a little bit of research, there's stuff online that made it look like, hey, he kind of looks like a real deal, according to these websites.
Daryl gave his story a hint of credibility by literally linking himself to the Atipo lineage, which he claimed traced back to a historic royal line in Ghana. A touch of royal blood, a sprinkle of diamonds, and just like that, Prince Daryl's tale sparkled just enough to draw believers into his world.
He kept on approaching me, and then one time he said that he could make me rich. He said, how would you like to be a business partner?
Wow.
Investing in the Numax Group. It's a chrome mine company from Ghana. I started looking into it.
Now that the bait was on the royal hook, Daryl's next move was setting out the line, with a pitch that seemed just lucrative and credible enough to attract a bite.
There was a thing that was incorporated in Ohio called Numax Group. Its activities connected to Ghana. And there is this group in Ghana called Numax Group that suggests there's this business over there. They claim to be involved in diamonds and chromium. He had websites that seemed to substantiate that this thing existed. Daryl told people that they could invest into that business, and he's promising returns of like 28 to 30 some odd %. Are these companies real? There's stuff that certainly makes it look that way.
With Peggy's dreams soaring, Daryl's trap was ready. He finally had Peggy hook, line, and sinker.
So Daryl proposed you becoming a business partner with him at the grocery store.
Yes.
And it sounds like you also did your research and there was stuff online that confirmed his identity as well.
Yes.
So I can see how he earned a lot of your trust.
Yeah, he earned a lot of my trust. He said, I'll give you a couple shares of the company. He said, because I'm really wealthy.
Wow.
And you can make a lot of money. It just floored me because I was, I couldn't believe it. I actually said, this is surreal. I'm going to be richer than I ever thought I was going to be. My main goal was help out kids like St. Jude's, kids with cancer. Kids are my life. He brought out 2 proposals for me. One, if I wanted to invest. At first, I said, maybe I'll invest $50,000. He just basically laughed at me. And he said, I'm not going to take that. That's nothing.
Wow.
Like at that time, I had over $600,000. What I saved, what I worked hard for, my retirement fund. He says, well, if you invest $400,000, I'll give you some shares from the chrome mine. And it's like, oh man, that's a lot of money. He said, well, you'll get $25,000 a month. And then
in return from your investment.
Of my investment. Then in 2 years, I'll get my money back. So I figured, man, this is a good deal.
Right.
He was so convincing because he made it sound like I was going to be really wealthy. I could do whatever I wanted. And I basically said, this is surreal. I can't believe that I can help out kids and help kids with cancer, kids who need help.
Yeah.
And so he kept on saying, well, I need $50,000 right now.